Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of Baseless Speculation, of the pop culture news on the research so you don't have to. I'm Joel.
I'm Jackson.
And I'm Joel.
Now, boys, who do we think the MCU's guy is?
MCU needs a new guy.
The MCU's guy for a long time is Robert Downey Jr., Tony Stark.
He's dead now.
He was the guy, he's dead now. Rest in goddamn peace.
Yeah, rest in piss, I'll say. Fuck that guy.
That's crazy.
Sorry, YouTube. Yeah, like, he's off sleeping in the pisses, sleeping with the pisses.
He's sleeping in the piss. As a fun way of saying he's dead. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Rest
I'm so
in
sorry.
piss.
My condolences for your grandma. You can take some solace. She's sleeping in the piss now. I'm bad at funerals.
Yeah. So, Robert Downey Jr., rest in piss. Chris Evans got old.
Yeah.
Those were the two guys.
Yeah.
Because they had a civil war.
Yes.
They did.
And
And, then
now-
went back in time, and then he went forward in time, and then back in time and stayed there.
And he either cucked a person from the past
Yes.
or alternatively...
Hey, I got a message this time from the Russo brothers.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about
Hey, just don't worry about
Yeah.
it. Don't think about
Well,
it.
no, no,
It's
no,
time
no.
travel.
Hey,
Yeah, who
and I got a
cares?
message
Hey.
for you, the Russos.
Yeah.
It's one of two ways, and I don't care which way it is, because either Captain America cucked a man,
Yeah.
or alternatively, Captain America made out with his own step niece. Oh, great niece.
Whoa. Rock on. But also, is he in the MCU anymore? Is he not?
Who?
Captain America.
Well, yeah, they say that he lives on the moon.
They said he lives on the moon, but
as a joke.
who knows what's going on? Clearly, they don't care. But the point is, the MCU used to have a guy. Used to be Robert Downey Jr. would be the main character. Even of the Avengers movies, he was basically the main character. He was the main character of Civil. He was one of prominent.
I would say
in
that
Civil War.
in Captain America Civil War, Captain America was probably the main character.
But Tony Stark was a pretty close second.
Yep. I will say,
Second billing.
Exactly.
he's basically the main character of Spider-Man: Homecoming.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah,
He's-
like you have, so basically when the MCU launched and everything like that, it's like, cool, here's this very charismatic, very charming, very handsome.
Well, Iron Man were the only
Yeah.
movies that were doing well until
Yeah.
Avengers.
Yeah.
And like also, you could really hang a franchise off Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
he's a
Like,
trustworthy man.
Surprisingly.
And also, I think the thing with
Ignore
Iron
the
Man
drugs
is,
and the time that he shot at cops.
Yeah.
They did.
They ignored that so hard.
So
dude.
much. When you
But-
broke into just some random house and was like,
Now-
what am I doing here?
Listeners, I need you to know those two things I just said. I agree. They're awesome, and we shouldn't worry about them. Unloaded a full round of bullets from a Magnum at cops, and then he gets to be Iron Man?
He's
I
looking
wish.
great. Putting your hand on your chest like you're about to do the Pledge of Allegiance to Robert Downey Jr. But also, because we loved Tony Stark, Iron Man, every time we saw him in an Avengers movie, it was an evolution of his character, you know what I mean? Like, you followed his progress more, I think, than some of the other characters. He was he was very consistent. And then when he died, what it felt like, I mean, there were points of inconsistency, but yeah. But then when he died, it felt like all of a sudden we were kind of adrift, and we've been adrift for 2 phases.
Yeah.
Well, it's
because there was never
there's
any,
no cohesion
like, 'cause
anymore.
after Endgame, and like there was never any kind of like what is happening to the Avengers.
Yeah.
There was never this kind of like, oh, they've been disassembled or they've been like abandoned or they're just there avenging around, but there's no big threat, so don't worry about
Yeah.
it. It was never really addressed. And then it was only until we recently saw in Captain America
Brave New World, yeah.
that President Hulk is like, what if I go back?
Yeah, I'm thinking of restarting the Avengers.
What do we think about this?
I think it's weird, like, even stuff like, Carol Danvers, who for a while we thought was going to be the guy.
I know.
Yeah,
and
we
it
were
was,
like-
it's just so crazy to think of the missed opportunities they had with her.
Yeah.
Because she's the leader of the Avengers in the comics. Big part of like Civil War 2 in the
Yeah.
comimes, which is a very terrible storyline.
I guess Carol Danvers caused so much fake online
Maybe.
grief that...
But they also didn't, Endgame comes out before they would have had a chance to
Yeah, that's
adjust
true.
to that, and they give her a weird role in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Endgame, all she does is pop up at the start as like through teleconference of like, and Black Widow's there. Hey man, Earth's bad, and
Come
then
to Earth,
come to Earth
maybe?
and help, and they're like, and Carol's just but it wasn't just Earth that got also snapped.
Which is true.
Well, I
Which
guess
is true, but then it's like I don't know, and then it was.
But then it
It feels like a missed opportunity.
Well,
with
what
Carol
makes
Danvers.
me think is that they were like they didn't know how to.
yeah. I mean, it's very clear the Russos did not know what to do with Captain Marvel. And look, as it's gone on, it's also become very apparent that they don't know what to do with her full stop.
Yeah.
Even when Captain Marvel came out and everyone was screaming about how she's too strong or something, or a Mary Sue or something or other, or...
Yeah.
She wrecked that guy's bike.
Yep.
People got pissed off.
Because she didn't... Oh, yeah, that's right. Because
The guy was like a sort of a dirtbag to her,
Oh,
and she
yeah.
wrecked his bike. Brother,
Can I
that's
just-
awesome.
Can I just quickly just watch let's just quickly just watch Superman?
Yeah,
Just-
he wrecks a
just-
man's truck, and that's awesome too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does he put that? Here's a question for you about that scene. Does he put a man at the top of a tree and fly away, or have I invented a
You
scene?
have invented a scene.
Are
I
you thinking of
believe.
Hancock when he puts a man inside another man's asshole?
Yeah, this is the scene I'm imagining, and now I'm thinking maybe this is a Plumbing the Death Star riff,
Mm-hmm.
where he picks up that man by the scruff of his neck and puts him at the top of a really tall pine tree, and he says, "Hey, think about what you've done," and he flies away.
I don't think that
Okay,
happened.
well, that would have been a cool.
That
scene.
would have been a cool scene.
Just saying.
So Robert Downey Jr., I just would like to retract his statement. He didn't unload a Magnum at cops. They found him with an unloaded Magnum.
So he unloaded it on someone.
At the same time, he was also found to have possession of heroin, cocaine, and crack cocaine. Really
That's
covering
awesome,
his
dude.
bases, yeah.
The two cocaines.
Yeah. His dad started giving him drugs at the age of 8.
Oh, that's sad.
Robert Downey Sr.
Damn, dude, what a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
So it
do you
did-
reckon-
did feel, yes?
Do you reckon Robert Downey Jr. gets Iron Man if he wasn't addicted to drugs?
No.
Yeah, so
not.
maybe his dad is a time traveler.
Okay.
And we needed
he's
Iron
like,
Man.
Yeah.
He's like, it's like in BioShock Infinite.
Okay.
Where like you got to go back and it's an impossible choice.
Yeah.
Do I give my son drugs and he becomes Iron Man, or do I be a good father,
I love
knowing
it's like-
that he'll never succeed with anything?
Yeah. Son, somebody comes to you, they say, hey, if you don't give your kids drugs, they will never become the lead of a very successful series of movies, which then gradually peter out and people stop caring about.
Yeah.
You're like, I got to give him drugs.
But I mean, like, hey, he then like he's
did,
the highest paid actor in the history of movies.
Well, it's a
that's-
tricky choice.
That's something.
I think that's up to every father to decide.
Oh
You
no!
know?
You know what? Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. He's actually the third highest paid actor of all time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Maybe you shouldn't have given him drugs, you
Samuel L.
thinking?
Jackson's number one. I
can
guess
see
that makes sense, 'cause
He's
he's
in
in-
other movies.
He's in every single MCU movie, basically.
But also like in other successful blockbusters that aren't MCU.
Robert Downey
movies.
Jr. has been in 65 films. Samuel L. Jackson 66. That's crazy.
Yeah, wow. That's a lot of movies, dude.
Yeah.
And more to come.
Yeah.
No, but as in, like,
Assume.
it's crazy that Robert Downey Jr. is in one less movie than Samuel L.
Yeah.
Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson's in heaps of movies.
That's true.
Coming in at
so
number
did
2 on the
Downey Jr.
list of highest paid actors of all time, Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, yeah, I
That's
can
also
see-
a weird one.
No, I can believe that. She's in heaps of movies.
No, she's in 52 movies.
Yeah.
So
See?
There you
a
go.
lot less than the other two. But
Yeah, but they're all, it's the same thing with Samuel L. Jackson. They're all blockbusters. Whereas Robert Downey Jr.
Scarlett
just-
Johansson, no, because she's Lost in Translation.
Yeah, I know.
she's,
Yeah,
but, then, but the ones that she's probably made a lot of money
yeah,
from.
she's in like, she's a
in all the-
franchise
yeah.
actor, you know?
I mean, this is one that I really, really respect. Number 4, Zoe Saldana, because
Yeah, dude.
she's only in the biggest movies of all time.
That is a
Exactly.
smart move if you're in Hollywood.
Clever,
Go in the
clever.
big
Where's
movies.
Scarlett Johansson.
Where's Sam Worthington? 'Cause I reckon he's up there.
Yeah, you're right.
Surely he's up there.
You think top 10? Top 20?
He's
Top
gotta
40?
be top. I reckon top 20 in terms of paid.
Yeah.
Because like,
He's-
especially, I'm hoping he like got like, oh, give me a percentage of the box
Yes.
office.
He unfortunately isn't in the top 10, so therefore I can't see.
That's so sad.
That's so sad.
Yeah, Zoe Saldana, she's only in 31 movies,
Yeah.
and she's number 4. But then Chris Pratt's number 5, and he's only been in 23 movies. Fuck off, Chris Pratt.
Yeah, get out of here, brother.
Well, yeah. So getting back to Carol Danvers, I personally think it's like a big wasted opportunity there because like he could have really just been this is the new guy because we know what's going to happen with Tone. We've set this all up and we've written this, so we know where this is going.
Yeah.
And so it's like you have Nick Fury sending off a little beeper message, and then we see the like extended flashback of like who this person is and where they came from, because that happened before Endgame.
What? Which
Captain Marvel.
Yes.
Yeah. So
There's two movies in between Infinity War and Endgame.
Yes, that's right. Oh my god.
Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel.
So then we get this extended flashback.
Yeah.
And then when we get back to say like Endgame, if they'd put Carol Danvers like kind of like front and center there, that would have been like, okay, cool. Well, this is the person that we're gonna...
I think they chickened out. I think they probably intended to, but I think they chickened out after everybody went.
I don't know,
ape.
man.
People didn't really go.
Hollywood does this now.
I know,
It doesn't
but
have to be much of a stink.
I know.
Before they change the fucking.
But like Endgame would have been filmed. Like, so much
Yeah,
of it
it
would
was
have been
like, I mean,
in
like,
production
it's-
and like post production.
Hang on, I'll try and find the exact.
Because, like, yeah, she just appears in one scene at the start, on like a teleconference, being like, yeah, I'm doing space shit,
why I think it's,
and then
that's why I think it's weird because all of the promotional shit. I remember this because this was the thing people freaked out about. All the promotional shit for Carol Danvers was like, she's the best Avenger. That's what everyone was saying. And then all of the losers online were like,
Captain Marvel came out 6 weeks before Endgame. They can't have changed
Well,
the movie
yeah,
that's
because
what
of
I'm
Captain
saying.
Marvel.
Like,
March 8 to April 26. What are they doing?
yeah, like I agree with you that they.
well, when
there's
was
this-
when was Captain Marvel announced though?
And like all the
Because that's what I mean.
No,
Because it's announced.
people. What happened was,
Yeah.
and they didn't change the movie because of it. When people saw Captain Marvel, they were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, Thanos isn't a threat for Captain Marvel."
Yeah, I remember people talking about that.
Yeah, they were like, "She can just come in and just
Yeah.
like kill him straight away." And then they sort of addressed that in Endgame by making like an even stronger Thanos because it's the young,
Yeah.
angry one.
yeah, with some like
He's
He's got
got
some shit
gems.
going on. Yeah, I don't know.
No, he has all the
no,
because they killed the one that's
Who
clicked.
cares?
yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's got some gems.
He does some. He's fighting around.
Yeah.
But here's what I mean. It's kind of like, they could have done something there. I don't think it was a complete reactionary because
Yeah.
I think the lead time there was way too like small to do anything. And it just is a bit disappointing that they didn't do something like that.
Yeah.
And so you're like, okay, then who else is your next guy? And you've got, we got Doctor Strange, but he's off with Klee. So
Yeah, he went in a hole.
went in
Yeah,
a
but we
hole
thought
and-
Doctor Ken, like a lot of these guys, we were like, oh, they're setting them up to be the tent pole, and it doesn't have to be like every movie features this person, but I think it's very helpful if you have
somebody
somebody
that the
kind of
audience
like
can latch on to.
yeah, or just somebody guiding the ship, you know?
Yeah, that's
which
it.
is it's like. It felt so much like the MCU started to like stagnate as a world because you can make a movie that's good on its own, like that's possible.
Yeah, apparently.
And I think there are plenty of MCU movies prior to the couple most recent phases that are like solid on their own. I really like Iron Man 3. I think that's a great movie.
Yeah.
But it's barely really connected to anything else. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, they pretty much do exactly the same movie again in Ultron.
yeah, exactly. So
They
like
kind of ignore a lot of it.
Yeah.
You're like, don't worry about it. What a
he's back to normal.
Yeah. All that character development in Iron Man 3,
fuck
don't
it
worry
off.
about
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So I think you could do that, but I think it's just helpful to have.
Ultron is also the first time that what is happening. What happened to Age of Ultron is what's happened from Phase 4 to Phase
Yeah.
6, which is everything's there's too much stuff in production all at the same time, so you can't really build off anything because no one knows what the fuck you're doing. So
Yeah.
you end up with all these stories that aren't really connected.
Yeah. Like,
Because Ultron pretty much, like, it kind of pisses on Winter Soldier. It definitely pisses on Iron Man 3.
Yeah.
Because, like, Winter Soldier's like, whoa, fuck. Hydra and S.H.I.E.L.D. are the same thing.
Yeah.
And then at the start of Ultron, it's like, anyway, so that was the last Hydra base.
We figured
don't
it
worry
out,
about
dude.
it.
Don't worry,
All
we're
good. Cool scene, everybody's posing.
Yes, Iron Man 3. Yeah, he got rid of all his
Yeah.
Iron Man suits, but don't worry, he has an Iron Man suit now.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
he's Iron Manning the world.
I think it's funny as well. Something I was thinking about recently is so many MCU post-credit scenes set up a movie that would never be a movie. So I was thinking about the Love and Thunder, right?
Yeah.
The post-credit scene of that is is
Thor has-
Hercules. Zeus says to Hercules, "Go down to Earth and kill Thor." That's not a movie they would make today. You're not going to get a movie that's just like Thor v Hercules. The MCU doesn't make movies like that.
Yeah.
So what a waste of a post credits. You know what I mean? And I feel like you get so many post credit scenes like that where they're like, "This is going to be the next movie," but it could never be.
What, you
the
don't
next
think they're
movie.
making Doctor Strange 3.
Yeah.
Couldn't remember if there was 2 or 3 of them in existence
Doctor
already.
Strange 3, Klee.
Klee on the hole.
Yeah, like there's not going to be a movie.
Well, I wonder if it's Doctor Strange 3. It's Dr. Klee 3. Strange.
Dr. Klee 3, Strange.
Okay, Dr. Clee.
Or what about Doctor Strange and Klee?
Like Ant-Man and the Wasp. Doctor Strange and Klee. But the movie you're getting is not. It's not what's set up by that post-credit scene.
Well, that's because they haven't either got a
that's what I
director
mean.
yet,
So
or they
in the
haven't written the
previous-
storyline
the
yet. They
previous
just know they
phases,
want that guy.
They had a plan.
Yeah.
And you can just tell that that's just gone, and that they're doing post-credit scenes for the sake of doing them, I guess, to set up something like if they want to down the line, you know, like it's just like it's so worthless.
All it needs is a thread, right? Like the Hercules one.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, it goes down to try and fight Thor or whatever, but like Thor's not there. And then it's just like, oh, it's now Hercules dealing with young Avengers.
Yeah.
Because, that's a big threat.
But I think they
that's
just
not even
also
really
don't
there.
make movies
But-
that are
I would-
like bad guy versus good guy.
It's
really.
actually crazy because I made fun of the Klee hole.
Yeah.
But that movie actually is the type of movie they'd make now because she says, you caused an incursion and we're going to fix it unless you're afraid.
Yeah.
So that's more likely to be a movie because that's cameos.
But also, like, that movie
Also, this
would
will tie into-
start like that. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, they would not make a movie that starts in the hole.
No.
They don't do that. The movie's not going to start in the hole because it's too much for the audience to swallow. You got to start out the hole.
Yeah. You got to go in the hole. It'd be like
Yeah.
if Quantumania, I mean, nothing was saving Quantumania. It'd be like if Quantumania started an Ant-Man small.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, you need to set up a bit of normalcy to like. I just think so. There's not been a good. This is. I mean, like maybe that, but I don't think there's been a good post-credit scene that meant anything or was exciting for all of Phase 4 and 5.
Shang-Chi's post-credit scene, which I know you've probably only vaguely remember because
I remember it
you haven't
clear as
seen it.
day, dude. Yeah.
They talk about the 10 rings.
They talk about the 10
being
rings.
like-
They say they're older than we guessed.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then nothing really happens.
Yeah, because it seems like that was meant to tie into Eternals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or,
yeah.
yeah.
And like, it didn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing.
Of course.
Or maybe Ms. Marvel. Because also another thing is like there's a lot of post-credit scenes in Phase 4 onwards that sort of reference a TV show, but now I think they've realized that doing that is a bad idea because not that many people are watching the TV shows.
Eternals is another post-credit scene that would never be... Like, that's not the start of any... You know what I mean? He's like, oh, I found a cool sword. And Blade's like, are you sure you want that sword? What does that set up? Like nothing.
Well, it sets up the Black...
It sets up, like, in a theoretical Blade movie, the Black Knight will be there.
Yeah, with
and
the
will be
sword.
unsure about this. Like, I don't know. It's just like... it's so...
I think that one's okay. The problem is they set up a movie that's not happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right about like the Klee whole thing because Klee is Dormammu's niece.
Yeah.
So you could probably still have that movie, but then that isn't the first thing you see.
Yeah, exactly. I think
It
that's what I
starts
mean.
20 minutes before that.
Yeah,
but that's fine.
Yeah.
You got to remember in Phase 1 to 3, they did that with movies too. There was the post-credit scene for something.
Yeah.
Ant-Man, maybe? It was Ant-Man. Is the Winter Soldier with his arm in a vice.
That's true. But
I
then
know,
that
like,
was a scene in the movie, right?
Yeah.
that wasn't
a
like...
slightly altered scene,
Yeah.
but yeah.
But that's... Yeah.
So, I mean, so Klee's hole could be a thing?
You think that the start of Doctor Strange 3...
No, I mean the same way that we were just talking about the Ant-Man scene.
listen to me. The start
No.
the start of Doctor Strange Klee. Sorry, Dr. Klee Strange.
Dr. Klee 3, yep.
It starts with Doctor Strange getting his third eye.
He's still got his third eye.
No, but he gets the third eye and then sees Klee.
Yeah.
That
No,
happens
third
eye
one
pops
after the
up or
other.
whatever.
It's,
a very
the
strange
other way
thing.
around, isn't it?
No, he goes, my third eye, and then Klee
And
appears and
then-
says, come in
yeah.
the
Those
hole.
are two scenes.
Yeah, gets a third eye.
The movie
cut to
ends-
black.
Yeah.
Then we get Klee. They go in the hole.
Yeah.
That's it.
But
So
he-
maybe we get we
Jackson
see the.
misremembered because Jackson thinks he only sees...
Why does he say
That's
exactly
what I
he
said.
It's two scenes. It's
Yeah,
not the same
that's what he
scene.
said.
Yeah.
Doctor
It's-
Strange...
He gets the third eye, and then
the movie ends.
Yeah.
That's the last scene of the movie.
then Klee appears.
Yeah.
But they're on the street. Both of them happen on the same street.
Yeah.
They d-
The bloody rocks free or something.
So for a theoretical Doctor Strange movie that doesn't start with them in the hole, that starts 20 minutes earlier, he's like, I don't know. None of it's exciting.
Yes. But going back to who is the guy?
Yeah.
Because,
Time has passed in between those two scenes. Because
Okay, we're going back to that scene. Yes.
I just wanted to make it because there is because basically he's like, "Wah!" And then his eye opens, movie ends.
And then there's a cut to black, and then we get Clee.
But the only reason I knew there was time there is because he's happy with his third eye in the second scene, where he hates it the first time.
Yeah, it's a bit of a shock.
Yeah.
God, it looks like shit. It's
It looks
awesome.
so bad, dude.
God, looking at a photo of Clee and Doctor Strange, and he's got 3 eyes.
Show
Look
me
at this.
Clee, dude.
What are you doing?
Oh my god, dude.
Terrible.
Clee is
Absolutely
so
Eternals coded?
Eternals. No, not Eternals. What's the one that they got a dog and a woman and Black Bolt?
Inhumans?
She's so Inhumans coded. Something about her costuming and how clean she is. I don't know.
But yeah, so getting back to because Doctor Strange, he's going to be the new guy. Then you're like, I guess not really.
Yeah.
And again, you kind of got to take the actor as well as whoever they're playing into consideration. Because also it's like sometimes like, you gotta kind of look at the audience reaction as well to see who they're going to glom onto. Because sure, you can try and manufacture it as much as you can, but it's just like it's just sometimes it's just not happening.
Yeah,
because I'm like Bucky or Captain Falcon.
I don't think
Falcon Punch.
Sorry, Captain. Not Captain Falcon.
Captain America. Yeah.
Captain America, who formerly Falcon.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just like okay, yeah, cool. You haven't done much to ensure they're the guy. Like if Sam Wilson had been a lot more, front and center, in say Endgame, for example, where it was this very much like, oh, we're going to set this guy up to be really like really cool, really schmick, really whatever, and we're going to make that be like, yeah, this is going to be the guy.
What are the movies of Phase 4?
There wasn't like they didn't do that.
No,
and they tried to be like, oh, here's a TV series, but then we're going to cut it to shit, and so it was like, fine.
Yeah, I think maybe
Spider-Man, but he's like one. It's like
he's a little boy.
He's a little boy, and also everyone's forgot who he was.
Yeah.
So
Phase 4 is Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals, Spider-Man: No Way Home, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Thor: Love and Thunder, Black Panther: Wakanda Forever.
really
you can't
feels
have
like Thor.
Yeah,
you can't have Thor as your guy because he's a bit of
Peter
a goofball.
Quill.
That's where was leading towards.
Yeah, I think that's probably what they're gonna try and do.
It's like Peter Quill was your guy in
Guardians.
the Guardians,
Yeah.
and then he went to Earth, and then it's just like Peter Quill will return.
And isn't there like
There's
and
leaked
there has been
concept
some
art.
leaked concept art of him hanging out with Vish.
That's
Or
White
crazy.
Vision.
White Vision and Quill. What a show.
He'd fucking hate. Vision would hate Peter
Yeah,
Quill.
absolutely,
Shut
dude.
up, Peter.
Lois. I wonder if Phase 4 would have benefited from like an Avengers movie, or not maybe an Avengers movie, but a team up movie of some kind.
Well,
We haven't had a team up movie in so long.
because that's what I mean, like to give the audience a sit rep about what's actually happening.
Well, it's kind of weird, and I guess like Marvel have fucked themselves because they paid every star so much money. So an Avengers movie has to make
Yeah,
lot
$20
of
billion, otherwise not worth it. Because every other phase movie, every other phase up until 4 has a team up movie to either end it or write at the end.
And I think there's
Avengers?
a real
Then Age of Ultron, even though that is followed by Ant-Man, but still the second last movie.
And Ant-Man's introduced in,
No,
isn't he?
no.
Oh, it's Civil War.
yeah.
Yeah, and that's Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Spider-Man's introduced in Civil War, and so is Black Panther. They introduced both of them.
yeah,
Neither of those are Ant-Man.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
Good point.
Infinity War, although Ant-Man is in it, what you might be thinking of is that Ant-Man becomes Giant Man in
Yes,
Civil War,
that's
which was
true.
something that they were saving for Ant-Man and
the Wasp,
But
yeah.
then they were like, well, damn,
Okay,
fair
never
enough.
mind. Yeah,
Bugger.
but yeah, then
2 team-up movies in Phase 3, and then Phase 4, nothing. Phase 5, nothing.
yeah.
I get...
Thunderbolts, kind of.
Kind of, I guess.
No, but then, like, is
That's the dregs of who's left.
is the Marvels a team-up movie then?
In a
Not
way.
really.
Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel, and Monica Rambeau.
Yeah, everybody's favorite MCU character, Monica Rambeau.
Hey, she's from the only TV
The only
series.
successful TV show,
Well, successful, hard to say. The only Marvel TV series where I think about it,
What I thought
I
they were
reckon
gonna,
Hawkeye's probably maybe good again.
yeah,
Maybe I just like, because there's Marvel, they get me sometimes where they just have an actor that I like or an
Yeah.
actor that's charming, and I'm like, Yeah, that was all right.
Well, I mean,
Like Haley Steinfeld.
Yeah.
She's
She's all
charming
right.
and she's
Yeah.
a good not Black Widow, wrong character.
Hawkeye. Yeah.
The other guy with no powers.
Yeah. I really thought that after Endgame, and I'm shocked they didn't do this from the beginning, because this to me seems like a no-brainer.
Make good movies?
Yeah, just make like good movies.
So
Like
easy.
people do it all the time. No, is the idea of doing team-up movies. I always thought that would be the way to go. We're like, okay, we can't make an Avengers movie, that's too expensive. But maybe to round it out, we do like a Captain America and Thor movie.
Well, because Phase 3 does a lot of this.
Yeah.
Civil War, I mean, that's most of the
It's
guys.
kind of an Avengers movie secretly.
Thor
really.
Ragnarok, that's Thor and Hulk.
Yeah.
Ant-Man and the Wasp is Ant-Man and the Wasp.
But like I think that's like it's you're borrowing from the comics.
Yep.
Oh, Homecoming, I get. Actually, yeah, Homecoming's in Phase 3.
Yeah.
Homecoming's Iron Man
Iron Man and
and Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Like I think there's a real value in like these team up movies where you get to be excited because the two guys you like are hanging out.
Yep.
But it's only two personalities you got to play off each
Yeah.
other.
Well, I guess they tried, but then they just kind of.
Yeah, you got Black
Failed.
Widow, which is Black Widow and Hawkeye.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you've also got again Falcon and
Winter
Bucky.
yeah.
But that's
then-
only one scene.
Yeah.
Well, no, but that
Of
was
the
like a
TV
series, yeah.
And then again, it's just kind of they were trying to make it a thing, but it just didn't really seem to land personally. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
They
It's just
made a lot of stuff.
they have made a lot of stuff, and they can't. I don't know. It's just they appear rudderless, and maybe
Yeah.
it's because of with contracts and everything. It's like okay, cool, but. Oh, it sucks that Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans are leaving the exact same movie, because at that point you're kind of like, maybe we shouldn't get rid of both in the same brushstroke here. Whoopsie daisies. Oh no.
Yeah.
Because they are just completely rudderless, and you've got no one that was there to take up that mantle. Like you maybe had maybe Black Widow. Oh, we also killed her.
But
off
it's
too.
so weird as well because they're
Oops.
like, there's no one to take up the mantle, but they didn't even really try.
No, that's what I mean.
They kind of were like, well, I guess we can just make these movies and, like, I don't know. Obviously, COVID fucked them in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And obviously, you can make standalone movies, but I think part of the appeal of these movies, you have to admit at a certain point, is that they lead to an event. You know what I mean? And
it feels like a living, breathing world.
yeah, and it stopped doing that after
Really
Endgame.
did.
It truly stopped doing that after Endgame.
I mean, say what you will about Brave New World, and we have.
Yeah.
The moment President Hulk is there, it's like, where Hulk?
Yeah.
Where actual Hulk? Because
Absolutely.
surely he'd be like,
Yeah.
this seems my problem. And the fact that that wasn't there, I'm like, that's strange.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that this film, why wasn't it a Hulk and Captain
America movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're talking about team up movies, and granted, Hulk did just one with Thor.
Yeah.
I understand this,
But that's okay.
That's fine.
He's never had a solo movie within
and
the like.
I don't know if they can
Yeah.
because of Universal, or
Yeah.
the rights are maybe the only ones that they don't quite have. But that is fine. Here you can just do this.
Yeah.
And because it was just a Hulk film.
But also,
it was tying up so many loose Hulk threads.
Yeah,
You're like, why isn't Hulk here?
But also even broader stuff of the big marble baby. Is referenced for the first time in Brave New World.
Yeah.
But there are multiple films between there where you feel like it, and this is again what made the first couple of phases of the MCU very exciting.
Yeah.
Like you remember, there was I remember posted around quite a bit. This was like phase 1 or phase 2. It was like in the back of a shield scene, there was like a map. And on the map, there were points of interest that had just been pointed out, by a symbol or something. And people were like, whoa, Atlantis and what is probably Wakanda are on here. And it's like, that kind of shit is exciting. And then you pay it off by being like, oh, we're finally going to Wakanda.
there was that thing where it was like, oh, we're targeting and
I was in Winter Soldier, and a drone was going to kill Stephen Strange.
Yeah.
Who is at this point just a
just
good
a guy.
doctor.
We hate this surgeon. And again, it's a little like, ooh, it's a living, breathing world.
Yeah,
What's going on
stuff
there?
affects other stuff.
But then they made too much stuff too close together.
Yeah.
Also, and I think that, and I'm fairly certain I've said this on baseless speculation before. They have prioritized secrets over movie, just making a good movie.
Yeah.
So the reason that movies look like shit now is because they have to film everything in a fucking box so that
Yeah.
nothing leaks.
Yep.
Because they're like, the thing that's going to get people coming to the movies is if we put a
secret.
surprise guy in here,
Which
sometimes is true.
Deadpool and Wolverine.
Spider-Man Homecoming.
But
No Way Home.
did that, but the fact that people were so surprised.
Oh, yeah, no, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like,
Did that help, or were they just going to go see it anyway?
well,
Yeah.
I mean, if you knew that the 3 Spider-Men were in No Way Home, would you not?
You'd be so excited.
Yeah, and then maybe they could have made a No Way Home that doesn't look like an asshole.
Yes, yeah,
That would
yeah.
have been lovely.
Imagine a
been nice.
Deadpool and Wolverine where it looks like it takes place in a room at any point.
Yeah. That would be crazy,
Yeah.
dude.
Like a
Not
Deadpool
just
and
kind of-
Wolverine film with like actual like a plot.
Yeah.
No, I like
storyline?
it's actually a rom-com and it's a road trip fucking and
When they're in the car, they're
Yeah,
fucking.
yeah.
The fight's fucking. The movies.
The longer I talk about Deadpool and Wolverine, the closer I get to just suddenly catching fire.
Yeah, if we
and
talk
while
about
we're
Deadpool and Wolverine, we're going to become the Fantastic Four. I'll just fade away.
Yeah.
Exactly. On fire, gone,
Yeah.
bricks.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I wanted stretchy.
Yeah, and like so I think that's a problem, which is just like fuck it,
people
it's
caring
just-
about spoilers too
Yeah.
much,
Yeah.
and people, which is like, who cares? And everything's a fucking spoiler these days.
Yeah.
which I don't understand. It's just like, oh, here's the plot synopsis, spoiler, and you're
Yeah.
like, that's just.
That's what happens.
Yeah,
There's a
it's-
plot, or hey, these people have been casted.
Yeah.
Spoiler, and you're like, but that's just who's playing whom.
Yeah, exactly.
It is tricky though, because also at the same time,
Yeah.
Captain America Brave New World builds up to the reveal of a Red Hulk. Oh no, builds up to the reveal that something is wrong with the president.
Yeah.
Whoa, that reminds me of something.
Damn, dude.
But then, because if you've seen any of the marketing, and not just trailers, any of the
Yeah.
marketing,
Yeah.
you know what's wrong with him.
Absolutely.
He's the Hulk.
He's Red Hulk. Yeah. Yeah. It's, yeah.
So I guess Marvel maybe are being like, fuck spoilers now.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
the new Thunderbolts trailer doesn't hide stuff like the first one was.
That's true.
What's his name?
Sentry is the void. Yeah. You see that in the trailer.
If that movie's good, I will be so scarily optimistic for the future
Me
of these
too.
movies, and maybe I'll be like, starting podcast wasn't a mistake. If Thunderbolts is bad,
Oh, dude.
my therapist is going to make a lot of money.
I'm so scared as well. I want Thunderbolts to be
So
good.
I
Yeah.
want that, and I
Ugh.
want Fantastic Four to be good.
Fantastic Four, I have
So
this
much-
is
so
insane.
much hope.
I have more faith in Thunderbolts than I do Fantastic Four.
Look, fair enough.
Fantastic
Yeah.
Four also, I don't know if it's because I was never like a big comic book reader as a kid. And if I did, it would always be DC stuff.
Yeah.
That's why I'm so edgy and twisted now.
We know.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
It's because I read a Batman comic where he said fuck.
I read Archie.
The Batman
comics.
would never say such
Yeah.
filthy languages.
In year one, he says fuck.
Whoa.
I don't know if he says it in the comic, but he says it in the cartoon.
Jughead would never say fuck.
No, Jughead would never fuck. Yet
No.
Riverdale makes him fuck everything.
Yeah, that's true. What the hell, dude?
Riverdale's crazy.
Riverdale's crazy. My favorite Archie Comics character was Reggie because he's a sack of shit.
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Fantastic Four doesn't really do that much for me. I don't find them that interesting. With Thunderbolts, I'm intrigued. Also, I like the
yeah.
cast of Thunderbolts more than I like the cast
Yeah.
of Fantastic
Yeah, I like
Four.
the cast of both, so I'm curious. And plus, I'm like, hey, it looks optimistic. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it looks optimistic. I'm optimistic about
Yes,
it, and
yeah,
it
yeah.
looks optimistic.
Yeah, for sure.
And so I'm like, I'm curious to see what they do about it. Like the Fantastic Four, I've never really cared in terms of the comic as well. Like, I'm like, whatever, pick my here and there. But I'm like, let's see what they do.
Yeah.
Pedro Pascal as Mr. Fantastic. He could be a guy.
Yeah, he could be a guy.
While we're talking about Fantastic Four, I just want to give a quick shout out. I went into a collectible store
Yeah.
where the two staff, first of all, it felt like I walked into a fucking scene from Clerks.
Okay.
Because there was the two co-workers there were working. I was there to pick up a birthday present. I walked in, picked up the thing I was buying, and I could hear them arguing about Fantastic Four and how The Batman is the best comic book movie in the last decade because
Awesome.
it is the only comic book movie that understands the comics.
Ugh,
And they were arguing about Fantastic Four, and one of them said, "Have you heard the shit they've done with the Silver Surfer?" And the person's like, "What? Gender swap them? Who cares?" And then the person was like, "You're a fucking idiot. You can't tell the Silver Surfer story. Their first MCU appearance, and it's not the character from the
That's
comic."
awesome.
And then the guy was like, he's like, "Yeah, it works." He's like, "Do you even know this story?" He's like, "Yeah, he became Silver to fucking protect his wife
Yeah.
and kid." He's like, "Exactly." And the guy was like, "Why can't I just be a husband and kid?" And then he's like, "It's not the same thing." So if for some reason you've stumbled across this, and you know you are because you tried to bring
So
me into the argument,
funny, dude.
I think you are a stupid man.
That's
What's wrong with you?
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's-
Also, oh no, your Silver Surfer's a chick now. Who cares?
That's so funny, man.
Oh yeah, and that's right. And a direct quote was like, "We should be holding Jack Kirby's art with the utmost reverence and respect."
I think
Marvel didn't.
Yeah. No, that's what he was saying. Like he was saying that he was like, "Fuck, Marvel shouldn't have." Anyway.
But as
dude.
in, like,
that's awesome. Must be nice to only care about that shit, though.
Must
you know?
be nice, dude.
To like
Living in
not
a-
have like a broader concern about
Anything
the state
else?
of the world,
Yeah.
but be
Yeah,
like,
dude.
I'm not worried about like the rise in climate or the dying of biodiversity and shit,
Yeah.
or the rise of fascism in the world. Like,
Silver Surfer or
If
girl?
the Silver Surfer has a pussy, I'm out.
Yeah.
If the Silver Surfer has a pussy, I'm in, brother.
Yeah. Silver pussy?
Have you seen the
Dude.
leak of Sexy Ultron? That got me more excited for movies than I have been in a long
Yeah.
time.
Well, that's
I'm not a robot fucker now, but I could become one, dude.
Yeah, I just think that like also
A great quote.
You give me the time and the motivation, and I could do it.
Look,
Well, yeah,
I didn't
then
think I was
the-
going to be a robot fucker, but look, I've recently come across a few things that maybe I could be swayed.
Dude, I could do it. But she has to look like a robot. She can't look like a person. I'm not
Yeah.
not a Westworld.
yeah.
No.
I need like sexy
You want-
Ultron
yeah, you
or
want
Rosie
Jocasta.
the robot or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah, we're there.
Yeah, I will say that the two people working did involve me into the argument, and even though I am part of this podcast and podcast networks, so I was very scared.
Yeah, yeah.
Because it doesn't happen all the time, listeners, but occasionally when shit like this happens, people are like, I know who you are.
yeah, yeah.
And at that moment in time, I would have picked up whatever I could kill myself with and ended my life. If they were like,
A
hey,
He-Man action figure that you just slam into your head. By the power of Grayskull.
but they didn't know who I was, so thank God.
Yeah.
And then they were like, what about you? What do you think? And I was like, I agree with the guy who says, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who
I was-
cares?
and I
Who
was like-
gives a shit, dude?
And then the older guy that was the one that cracked the shits,
Yeah.
well, not cracked the shits, but was being a dick, was
Yeah.
like, well, I disagree, but the customer's always right. And I was like, yeah, I don't know.
Okay, man.
'Cause,
Sure, dude.
also, he threw around, well, you wouldn't make Wonder Woman a guy. I'm like, not the same.
No, dude. Very different.
Yeah.
It's like whenever anybody's like, yeah, but what if we made
White
Black Panther
Panther.
white? You're like, yeah. Do you ever think about the fact that, like, when they made Spider-Man, they never thought that he could be black?
Yeah.
Because that would just not have entered your mind. So when you make a black superhero, that's a conscious choice.
Yeah.
When you make a white superhero, no, it isn't.
Yeah.
When you make a male superhero, that's a female superhero, that's a conscious choice.
Yeah.
If you make a male superhero, no, it isn't.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, the least thought possible.
Yeah. His name's
Stan Lee
Pete-
said, "What about a boy who is a spider?" And he's got the voice of fucking Diego the parrot from Aladdin for some reason.
It does. Yeah.
Excelsior!
Excelsior! What if a boy was a spider?
His name's Peter Parker.
There's like a real kind of horrible crone energy to this. Marvel Riders, no idea.
Excelsior!
Excelsior!
All of your ideas were my ideas first.
Listen up, true believers.
Oh,
Ditto.
Ditto. Draw me a boy.
Stanley's back in the office.
Every idea is my idea.
Then he huffs out of the office into the street.
I hate working for Marvel.
I hate
Give me Kirby! I'm thinking family! What about a green goblin?
Like
yeah.
he's constantly moving.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too. He's covered in like a million layers for some reason and hunched.
Matt Shackman directing Fantastic. I mean, is there a chance Fantastic Four becomes a new face of Marvel?
Well,
I mean,
I was thinking that. Yeah, could that be? But it's just like ultimately you're looking at.
they've got to do a
Reed.
lot
Yeah.
of legwork.
Yeah.
because they need to get
Yeah.
Them to
the
the
Fantastic Four
S616.
into the 616.
Yes. Yeah.
And then they need the
Yeah.
the Avengers to like the Fantastic Four enough.
I don't
that
think you
it
could
makes-
ever do it because
You're saying.
it needs to be the Avengers.
Oh, yeah, that's
what
true.
I mean.
And they're the Fantastic Four.
'Cause the thing is, either to do that, you'd be like okay, you'd choose which one. That would be Reed because he's the face of the
Yeah.
Fantastic Four, and he's just not doing shit without his family.
Yeah.
Right. So again, it's just okay. You can't really have that as your guy, and you're never going to have a Reed Richards solo movie.
Yeah.
You just can't really do that. It's just why I mean,
Reed.
yeah. I bring it back to Quill.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be Peter Quill. Because
Yeah.
again, I think he's got enough,
Charisma.
in-universe charisma.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
people hate him in real life, and
That's
I
what
get
I'm
that because
saying.
I hate him in real life.
Yeah.
In-universe charisma.
Yeah, but you can't hang your
I know,
series on a
yeah,
guy
yeah.
that people hate.
But does everyone like, or are we just online too much?
no, not everyone. I mean, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 did make
Yeah, I think Peter Quill is a very solid choice for the new guy.
And I honestly think that Guardians 3 did him a lot of favors because I think that movie made him because they made him like depressed basically.
Yeah.
It meant that he's not just like
He wasn't
the wacky, annoying guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I'm like,
And you haven't given him a happy ending either, which I think is also helpful.
Yeah.
like again,
Because then that's Iron Man. He's like a broken man.
Yeah.
Remember where we found Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
before Iron Man?
That's
so
true.
again, he was rehabilitated.
What's Chris Pratt up to these days?
So
I reckon
again,
after the
Doing
entire
Garfield, dude.
After the entire internet turned on him, I feel like he just stopped posting.
Yeah.
Which is a smart decision.
He made the right
Very
choice.
clever.
Now maybe everyone's forgotten they hate Chris Pratt because Zachary Levi is Chris Pratt, but times 100.
Oh yeah.
That's
Exactly.
true. But so Chris Pratt's a solid choice. I don't know who else you could do. Carol Danvers, it kind of feels like you've screwed the pooch on a little bit.
Yeah, they screwed the pooch. There was a
Yeah.
really
Also,
good
there's
opportunity.
no way that
Yeah.
she would want to do it.
Yeah.
But there was a shining moment
Yeah,
where
right
that
after
could have happened.
Endgame, because they also had set it up where it's like she's on Earth now, and it's
Yeah.
like, well, you do the kind of character development that didn't happen properly in the Marvels over the course of multiple Avengers movies, where she learns to be less distant and to work as a team or whatever.
Yeah.
But they kind of they whiffed that.
Whoops.
You're probably not going to do it with someone like Bucky
I'm
or
like, Bucky. He's
Captain
becoming
America.
a senator.
Yeah,
apparently.
Falcon, Captain America.
Like again, if they were trying to do it with Sam Wilson,
Yeah.
they should have done like
It should have happened already.
It should have happened already. They probably should have done a trilogy of movies
Yeah.
instead of like let's do a mini series and then this.
Yeah.
They really should have just gone like that. That's a perfect opportunity to make Sam your guy.
Yeah.
And if they were like, we're worried about like going from like Captain America whatever, and like we don't know if we're the confidence on the actor or whatever, they could have been like, well, we're going to do this as a team up movie, so it's going to be Captain America and right. So the first one could have been Captain America and Bucky, the Winter Soldier, and we sort of get one film like that. The next one could be Captain America and like a team up with whomever, and then if you want to do like the last one with Hulk.
Yeah.
Sort of perfect.
You
right?
could have done like
And then again, you have
Yeah.
everything set on Earth, and that's like in each phase or whatever,
Here's
and then
a-
it would have been like, hey, we know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
You know what they should have fucking done? And this is going to seem... I feel like that I'm not the first person to say this.
Yeah.
Why isn't Thunderbolts and Captain America 4 the same movie?
Yeah.
Why didn't
absolutely
they
should
just
have
put
been.
him in... And then, maybe drop one of the guys you've brought into...
Yeah.
Because then also you're going to have, like characters like Isaiah Bradley and Red Guardian together would be interesting.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't trust that they're going to ride it well.
No, but I know what you mean. Like these
feels-
are two veterans from past wars. I think that a funny thing that I'm just realizing now that they started to do with Black Widow is to be like, we'll do reverse Avengers. We're setting up Thunderbolts, where they had Elaine from Veep come in at the end to be like, White Widow, come work for me.
Yeah.
And then
Oh, yeah. But then that was...
they kind of went nowhere, and then
No, White Widow working for her has already had a payoff. It just wasn't a good one.
Yeah.
It's her appearance in Hawkeye.
But
All
if
of the early post-credit snes in Phase 4 are teasing TV shows.
Oh, that's true. They are too. But I'm just like, you could have done that as well. If you want to make Thunderbolts your team, or you want to set up Thunderbolts as like the big end of this couple of phases, you just make sure that all the villains in Thunderbolts are the bad guys in these movies.
Yeah.
And you intentionally make the other heroes seem kind of aimless, like they would be. And it's like, oh, they don't know what they're doing because they don't have Tony Stark around or the Avengers. And these villains that they keep not killing, it's also like Marvel kills their villains or whatever.
Yeah.
Or they're leaving them alive. And then Elaine from Veep comes in and is like, hey, I'm putting together a team. And you're like, oh, that's exciting. They're doing the reverse. All these villains. I can't wait for Thunderbolts.
And if we got, say, Thunderbolts, and what if we get, US Agent, say, is the new guy? Because I'm trying to think of like other people that are just kicking it sweet, and I'm like, US Agent could be your new guy.
Yeah.
Like, guy's handsome, very charismatic. He was good in the Godzilla-y stuff that no
Yes,
one else
that's
saw
true.
because it was on
That's-
Apple TV. But
that's
maybe more
true.
people are seeing it because of Severance.
Yeah.
But he's very good at that. And
They should make the guy from Severance the guy who faced the MCU. I don't mean Adam Scott. I mean
no,
Mark.
Mark. Yes, put him in.
Okay.
His Innie or Outie. I don't know which one's better. I know that.
Which
Both,
one's the
really.
better belly button to have? Innie.
Yeah, Innie's a bit of belly button.
Outie belly buttons freak me out a little bit.
Mark's Innie has some direction, sort of. He loves his job. Mark's Outie's not doing well.
They're both.
I
not
just
doing
get real
well.
big flashbacks to you talking about The Boys for some reason.
Is it because you know for a fact I haven't seen
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like
Severance?
I guess you must have like a specific cadence for when you're talking
Yeah.
about a TV show you haven't seen, but with like a
Enough.
certain amount of confidence. It's a special thing to see.
Yeah.
I think it's also because I
yeah.
only, obviously, because I haven't seen it,
Yeah.
I don't know the whole plot, so I can only pick points
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, what's Homelander up to?
What is he up to?
He killed that. No, that was the end of the previous
Yeah.
season.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, maybe becoming a president. Who knows?
But also, it's with the
yes.
thing with picking a guy as well is that in a large way it's a moot point because after Fantastic Four and Thunderbolts,
Oh, right, yeah.
it's Doomsday and then Avengers Secret Wars
Yeah,
or whatever.
Yeah.
Are
But
they
also
going?
what that also means is that it could be anyone.
Yes.
It could be Tony Stark.
Yes, because I was thinking, like, it could think about it, like, you know, sort of. I still think Quill would be a good guy, you know, like there, like Peter Quill, just to be like, yep, cool, I've lost my team, but I got to find a new team.
Yeah.
and so that's basically like, Avengers, or U.S. agent, because like, who gives a shit about John Walker?
Yeah.
and exactly the same thing. Who gives a shit about Iron Man
Yeah,
before
that's
Iron
true.
Man?
That's
Yeah.
true.
like,
I think the weird thing with picking U.S. agent is that people would be like,
He cut off a man's head.
well,
yeah,
you've got
rehabilitate the guy.
You got Captain America right here.
oh yeah,
yeah,
that's true.
You've got Sam Wilson sitting there. Why would you pick U.S. agent?
Yeah, good point.
Even though I agree, it's kind of like slightly more interesting to. But then also,
Did they make too many
Movies?
Scattered,
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, yes, but like Shang-Chi, he could have been the guy, but again, people they're scared. They're paying too much attention to online shit.
Yeah.
Because like Simu Liu had a backlash because he's maybe a freak.
yeah,
Unconfirmed. You can look into
do
this.
your
yeah.
own research.
He could have been the guy because like they didn't make any direct sequels to each other in the last 3 phases.
yeah.
No.
I think
That's stupid.
what's weird as well with Sam Wilson is that thinking about in the TV show,
Yeah.
there was this really interesting dynamic where Sam Wilson was like, I was a fucking Avenger, and I can't get a
And
loan
now I
from the
can't get a
bank.
loan, yeah.
Like that was interesting. I'm like, oh man, like and that's again what I think is, and I talked about this in the Brave New World one.
Yeah.
What's interesting to me about Sam Wilson is that he's just a fucking
Just a
guy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Again, if
But
you
now he's a
imagine-
guy. He's just a fucking guy who's beat the shit out of a hole.
Yeah, exactly. And they haven't really explained
Yeah.
why he could survive a bunch of cars.
Vibranium.
Yeah, he had a vibranium. I don't know.
But like again,
Who
if you
cares?
if you look
Wings.
at
Yeah.
all those different phases, and like if you just put in a Captain America, as in Sam Wilson's Captain America, and a team up movie,
Yeah.
and he had like a trilogy, that would have kind of fixed like a bunch of issues,
Yeah.
because you get and be like, cool, Marvel are pushing this, so Marvel are pushing a new guy, and then you could have him teaming up with like Doctor Strange.
You
Yeah.
probably needed, rather than making Multiverse of Madness, you probably replace that Doctor Strange movie with like a broken Avengers movie, basically.
Yeah.
But then the new guys you've just introduced in Phase 4, and then you grab some of the old guys.
Yeah.
Not all of them. Like, so yeah, have Sam Wilson. Well, fucking not even Sam Wilson. Be like, he's fucking trying to sort out his Captain America shit. You just have like Bucky, Doctor Strange,
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, both Hawkeyes, and
Yeah.
fucking
Wong.
Spider-Man or Wong.
Yeah. And then are you imagining a broken Avengers movie in that it ends kind of poorly?
Well, not even
Like an Empire Strikes Back kind of situation?
I don't think you can do that without doing.
Oh, well, because the reason I say that is that then you set up Thunderbolts as the end of Phase 5, where it's like the event, maybe they succeed, but it doesn't look good for
Maybe
them.
Captain America should have just been in the Thunderbolts movie, and the Thunderbolts movie should have been earlier.
Well, yeah, I agree. Most of the Thunderbolts cast were introduced prior to...
Well, yeah, the only people that are new, actually no, they were all introduced in,
Phase
except
4.
for
Except for Ghost.
Red Guardian and
Taskmaster?
oh yeah, Taskmaster is also
Taskmaster, Red
Guardian,
Guardian. In
and
a really
Yelena.
weird way, Thunderbolts is
is
like a
sequel
Black
to
Widow sequel.
It is.
Yeah.
It's a Black Widow sequel.
Yeah. Yeah, which is...
Because it's 3 people from that,
Yeah. Plus Ghost from Ant-Man and the Wasp.
and then Bucky from
Yeah.
the MCU.
From Bucky Comics. Yeah.
Then who else?
That's it.
And then Bob, who is Sentry
Sentry,
/
yeah.
Void. I don't know
Yeah.
if that's a spoiler. Sorry.
So that could have come at the end of Phase 4 as well.
Yeah.
That could have been like, hey, Avengers fucked it and they're all disbanded because they can't deal with the trauma.
Yeah.
The US government's like, hey, we were just invaded by aliens and the Avengers don't exist anymore.
And now we've also because the Thunderbolts does tie into because we see who bought Avengers Tower.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it
yeah.
ties into the death of Tony Stark.
Absolutely. And they go,
Why
hey,
is this where it is? What the fuck are they
COVID?
doing? Not maybe.
I don't know. And then you have the Thunderbolts, and the Thunderbolts are like a bad team.
Yeah.
And then you have, for the end of Phase 5, you go, well, maybe the Avengers need to, because this is a,
Step up.
the thing about the Thunderbolts is that they're a government institution. It's like, oh, well, this is the thing that Captain America fought and died to stop or whatever. They've misremembered.
Yeah.
You really do. But yeah, like again, you have the Thunderbolts where they are maybe like, well, they're either reformed villains or they're villains or whatever. And they get government owned. But they're like, well, they are, the whole Sokovia Accords, which is kind of like, hey, you know what we were against.
Yeah.
And if we don't like what the government tells us to do, how's that going to go? Well, this is a group that is just going to do what the government tells you to do. So, well, we need someone to, we need someone to watch the Watchmen.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's going to be the Avengers.
Yeah.
You can call us the Minutemen.
But yeah, I don't know. It just feels like without that, the Thunderbolts coming in, it's funny. The Thunderbolts make sense to me as a viewer because I'm like, yeah, it's about fucking time someone put together some kind of team.
Well, yeah, we've been doing this whole episode of being like, who should the guy be? But it's not the guy. It's like, who's the team? We need a team.
Yeah.
Because without a team, you're not building towards anything.
Well, that's what I mean, which is why I was thinking, like, if you have, say, if you had built Sam Wilson up, you could have had him, building up towards the Avengers, right? So you have like the first, 2 films, whatever they is, whatever the first one. Hey, even just use this is what they have been using. So you do, Captain America and Winter Soldier. Or was it Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Falcon and Winter Soldier.
So Captain America, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Then it's Captain America, Brave New World.
Yeah.
And then it's Captain America, Avengers.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like it leads to or Captain America
I
Assembled.
guess they
or whatever the hell you
want
want
to
to do.
fucking spread it out a little bit. And I get that. You don't want to just be like, hey, Phase 4 is just 4 of this
Like,
one
one
guy's.
I'm really
movies.
burpy
You
today.
really are,
Yeah.
dude.
And he finds it funny burping into a
I know,
microphone.
man.
Well, hey, yeah.
Gets people talking about it.
Exactly.
It's a
dude.
goblin, man.
It's
Yeah.
engagement.
Yeah. Oh, is it? Yeah. Hey, comment below.
Yeah, you think good? Is it
It's
good?
engagement.
Is
This
it?
is content
Is it?
creation.
Is it?
It's
Yeah, every single thing we get wrong is so that we get engagement.
Engagement.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what we're
yeah,
trying to
yeah.
do, dude. That's why we misspelled the title of this episode so hard.
Who the guy whom's MCU
Guy
Avenger?
spelled G-I.
What is GI? I know that Brad having low GI
You
is
have a
good.
GI tracked. I know
Oh,
that much.
okay. I was like GI is in like GI Joe, General Infantry.
No, GI that's in bread.
Something index.
Gluten index.
No, something index.
Dot index? What does
not
GI stand
dot
for?
index.
This is engagement. Comment below. What's GI?
It's all engagement. Let me pull up another book.
Glucose,
Hang
something to do
on.
with glucose, something. It's all to do with it's all to do with sugars.
Yeah.
Whoa. Glycemic index?
There we go.
Whoa.
Well, I've said that wrong.
Glycemic.
Glycemic
index. Yeah, that
Comment
makes
below. How's your GI tracking?
You got good GI.
You got good GI.
Comment below.
And
This
by
is
that we
engagement.
mean like the military.
Yeah, yeah.
General
You got
infantry.
good general infantry. Nice to hear.
If your GI is less than 55, that's good? Or is that low?
I don't know,
feel
dude.
like-
I'm not a doctor.
I
Medium
feel like you should have more than 55 troops.
55. Well, if something's low GI, it's less than 55. Medium GI though, that's
Yeah.
55 to 70.
Yeah. Yeah.
High GI, like potatoes
Yeah.
and short grain rice,
Yeah.
that's greater than 70.
How good
Yeah.
are potatoes, though? Let's talk about that. A baked potato.
I had a baked potato the other day, man. It was
Oh,
delicious.
cream
Your
and
GI
chives.
must be through the roof.
And that's probably good.
No, it depends. Well, you can get low. Well, you get like again, it's all to do with carbs, so you can
Yeah.
get like less carb
Yeah.
potatoes if you really wanted to.
You can get
Is-
low carb potatoes.
Yeah.
Goodness me.
Dude, they're taking carbs out of everything.
That's
Yeah,
crazy.
and they're putting soybeans in the water, and we're all becoming woke cocks.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I knew that.
And the frogs are gay.
They made
Yeah,
the
what-
frogs
yeah, dude.
gay, dude.
Isn't that actually true though?
Yeah, I think it
Baseless
is.
speculations, crisis actors.
Oh yeah, well that
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude,
but the
we're trying
frogs-
to take your
yeah.
guns, yeah.
But the frogs being gay, like even though everyone was mocking Alex Jones, but then it was revealed that like it was a chemical that like Big Corp or
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
was, and yeah, it was
It's
turning
making the
frogs
freaking frogs gay, dude.
gay. And so everyone was like, "Oh shit!"
That's a
He
shame.
really bet on the wrong horse by saying that school shootings are fake. Though.
Yeah.
I
He
would-
was he had such a good record going.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he whiffed it with that one.
He was in Richard Linklater movies. He
Yeah.
nailed that the frogs were gay, and then all of a sudden,
Yeah. You can't bat 100, I guess.
yeah.
Well, so that would be the ideal scenario, but I think after Endgame, after Doomsday and then Secret Invasion or whatever, or Secret Wars, it could be anyone.
Do you think
everyone,
are they going to do the thing that people think they might do and reboot the whole universe?
Well, yeah.
I reckon.
I mean, like, that's not even is that really like a gamble at this point? If they're going to do Breakworld or whatever it is, like the Doom
Battle World?
Battle World, thank you.
What's Breakworld?
That's an X-Men. Don't worry about it. You don't want to know. You don't want to know. No.
I might
What you're going to do is you're going to look for it, and it sucks because it's a really good series, like a run, but it's by, Joss Whedon.
I like the idea of you typing, but you're actually typing fat tits.
Man.
Breakworld, nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Break my world. I see.
Interesting.
Yes.
Bored.
But after that, I mean, if it's following the comics and like again, this is some of this is not really, and some of it's just kind of borrowing the the thing in like
the
title
Secret
only.
War end with Secret War the end of do they like do a reset after that? So after Secret Wars, everything went back to issue 1.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like that was like part of like the brand new whatever, but it was
all new, all different
all
X-Men.
new, all different,
Not
that kind of
X-Men,
stuff.
Marvel.
Yeah. So do you reckon they're going to do? But I think a reboot. I think there was a period of time where I was like, I predicted it. I think, but now I think it's going to be so much harder.
Nah.
You think they'll pull it off?
Yeah.
They need to take a break.
Yep.
Yeah.
But they're not going to want to take a break.
No, I don't think they'll pull
Joel
it off.
Zammett, they love money.
Yeah, I think that it's a good idea, but I don't think they'll pull it off.
I think what's going to happen is like, we're going to get, say, Young Avengers. We're going to get like a bunch of different variants of different people, maybe different actors being different people as well. Because now it can be like, it still can be Tony Stark, but it's no longer like, a 50-year-old man. It's someone younger.
I think that what the struggle is going to be is that it's your John and Jane movies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Who go to see the new Iron Man movie and it's not Tony Stark and they go, I hate this movie.
Well, it's still Tony Stark. It's just a young version, but it's not Robert Downey Jr.
It's not Robert Downey Jr.
No,
so
but by resetting it, that's the good point. Like, what's the benefit of resetting?
I don't. I think it's gonna fuck. It's gonna fuck them.
It'll be a thing where, like, because it wasn't 100% reset. It's kind of like they're having.
That's what I think makes it complicated.
They're going to be some. Again, it's kind of weirdly what the DC.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is that people don't give a shit about DC. Don't actually. No, this is engagement.
Come for us.
Not a single person on Earth likes the DCEU.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, as in what.
What's the benefit? It's kind of like, well, those missteps we did, or the perceived missteps, we can kind of like,
what? And how do you redo? Yeah, but like, how do you redo them?
Again, it's
because like, okay, you've reset the universe.
Well, I think it'd probably be like this: you reset the universe at the end of Break a World or whatever. It's like it starts. The TV turns off. TV turns on again. Yeah. It's HBO now.
Yeah.
But it turns on again.
They reset the universe, and now the MCU is owned by HBO.
Yeah.
Disney like, wait.
Oh no,
how do we do this? But anyway, I think if it then starts with like X-Men. As the first movie afterward, that's a much easier transition into the. But I still think it won't work. I don't have faith.
Look, you're right. I don't also have faith here. This is not me being like it's gonna work. I'm like they're gonna try.
Because I think that if they reset the universe, it's still gonna be like people are gonna be hoping for cameos of guys that are no longer existing in the universe. But then if they go out of their way to say that guy doesn't exist, then people are just disappointed.
What I think about is when I see, I saw recently a post, it was like one of those Culture Crave posts or whatever, and it was like, oh, that Pirates of the Caribbean movie starring Margot Robbie is maybe back on the cards. And if you look at all the comments, and I know this is just like one Twitter comment, but I think it's indicative. Look at all the comments. They're like, why would I see the movie without Jack Sparrow, baby? Why would I see it without Johnny Depp? I don't want to see the movie without Johnny Depp. And then I think about Furiosa as well, where they were like, well, it doesn't have Tom Hardy in it.
Yeah.
So why would I see that
Where's
movie?
Max?
Where's Max? And I think it's the same thing. If you go, oh, hey, it's a brand new movie, but it's not Robert Downey Jr., it's a new Tony Stark, and people are just going to be like, well, why would I watch that?
Yeah.
I'm in it for Tony Stark. For Robert Downey Jr.
I get what you're saying, but then that kind of just shuts that off, like making any kind of film if the actor either passes away or...
It's really, really, really funny because based on the next couple of years, there is a chance that Disney has all of their money in both Star Wars and Marvel, and both of them plummet into the sea.
No, not the Mouse House.
Not
Yeah.
Disney. No.
That would be so sad.
Oh no, I'm crying.
Well, you don't think Mandalorian and Grogu's gonna do well, dude?
No, I don't.
What?
And I was Mr. Star Wars,
But it's Baby Yoda that we shouldn't
shit,
say.
sorry.
Herzog loves that guy, dude.
No,
Yeah.
Show me the boy.
Show me the boy.
Show me the boy. That's possibly the worst Werner Herzog impression I've. And I've done good ones, so I don't
Yeah.
know what was going
No,
on there.
we can't say Baby Yoda because the marketing doesn't like that.
Yeah, exactly.
I liked when Disney made us redo that ad 40 times. Listeners, you don't know about this, but
That's our little secret.
they
between
paid
you.
us to do an ad, and then we kept doing the ad, and we're taking it seriously. But they were like, "No, you
Wrong.
can't say this. You can't say this. You can't say
Yeah.
this." We
It's
called
like-
Mando. We called the Mandalorian Mando, like the character, and they're like,
Yeah.
"No,
It's
why
weird.
Disney?"
I know.
Like I think Jenny Nicholson talks about that
Yeah.
as well, about the whole Baby Yoda thing, and it's just like it's a strange thing that like every single content creator that was doing anything like
Yeah.
ad wise,
Yeah.
for the Mandalorian, they were like, do not in like big capital, like,
Yeah.
do not call it Baby Yoda, he's Grogu. And
And what
you're
was
like,
great about that is Jenny Nicholson was then like, when you can see when someone's doing an ad read then.
Yeah.
It's like you can use it as a clue
Yeah.
to tell
Yeah.
if somebody genuinely likes the movie or the TV show, sorry, or if they're doing a paid promotion.
Yeah.
Because they'll use, I think she was talking specifically about Grogu, but also like, it was like something about Disney theme parks too, where she's like, if you're there using the official term, which no one uses,
Yeah.
they're getting paid to do it.
it's just
Which is
weird
very
thing
funny.
about like again this cultural like this is the desire path. This is
Yeah.
what the culture has decided. We're calling this Baby Yoda, and then big corporations like no,
Calling Grogu, dude,
don't
he's
want
not Baby Yoda. I'll kill you. Yeah, so I don't know.
I think we're in. My final thoughts on this is that we are in a guileless
era.
guileless
Yeah.
era, and we're not going to get a guy.
Yeah.
We're post guy.
The post guy.
Whoa.
We're post guy. I don't think a guy works anymore. I think it's just this is it now.
You reckon?
I think that the MCU at this point, team ups are the only way forward,
Yeah.
and there's no guy.
It's strange to
Yeah.
me.
I
But
think,
look, all of the movies that people are excited about now are all team movies.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's
Deadpool
because
and
people
Wolverine.
crave a team, you know?
Yeah, it's just because people are craving a guy.
Yeah.
No, they hate the guy now.
They love
They
the
can
guy.
sit. They can like blood in the water. They can taste when they're trying to set up a guy, and they're like, "Fuck this guy."
People do have, they can
That's what I
sense
mean.
the desperation.
Yeah,
It's
that's the
true.
thing. You have to do this without that desperation of
Yeah.
setting up a guy, which is the problem that they just haven't done.
Well, here's what I think is going to happen. My final thoughts in it is that you're right. We'll get a reboot. They'll start with the X-Men, and they'll try to set up the X-Men as
As your guy.
As your guy. They're going to go backwards, unfortunately. They're going to go full DC mode. X-Men movie, then a Wolverine movie, then a Cyclops movie, Storm.
They would never do a Cyclops movie.
Well-
I love Cyclops.
Yeah.
He's my guy.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
ain't doing a
Yeah,
Cyclops
it's not
movie.
As a #1 Cyclops hater,
Yeah.
I hope they never make a Cyclops movie.
Hey, you're in agreement.
Yeah.
It's nice. But yeah, I think that's probably, I don't think it's necessarily going to be a guy.
No, they'll
But I
do-
think they'll try to make the X-Men the guy.
they'll make mutants a guy.
Yeah.
Here's my prediction for that. I've had my closing thoughts. This is unrelated to the guy talk.
Yeah.
But they're gonna fuck it up in a different way because they'll be like X-Men movie, Fantastic Four 2.
Yeah.
Then they'll be like X-Men and Fantastic Four. So now there's a massive team with 40,000
Yeah,
guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
Then they're gonna be fucking like, oh, Spider-Man, yeah, he's actually still here from the previous universe. So all of a sudden they're gonna get
Bunch
to
of
a,
guys. Yeah.
they're gonna have like 40 actors that all get paid $4 billion.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yes.
And and they're like, oh, sorry, and we're also teaming up with Deadpool, and he's recruited a team from the fuck ass universe.
Oh, yeah.
Hang on.
Oh, yeah.
This is a fuck ass Elektra and fuck ass Daredevil.
That's
Okay.
awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, well, again, I guess your final thoughts if we're doing
Mm-hmm.
that. Yeah, I think it's just, it sucks that they wasted some potentials on who could be this new guy.
Yeah.
And
They
it's
pussyfooted
very
around
much-
for too long.
Yeah.
It's just been very much rudderless, and yeah, it's just, they're going to reboot it. It'll be something like, it'll be reboot with either Doom magic or like Scarlet Witch magic or some kind of thing, which is going to
Yeah.
be like, it's going to be a universe, and it's just going to be a world. It's
Yeah.
pre-established. It's already there, and you're going to kind of already have the Avengers that are there.
Yeah.
And then it's just going to be opening up on like the X-Men mansion, right? So it's going to be like people with the costumes, like an Iron Man
Flies past.
Yeah.
kind of stuff, and it's going to be like just guys.
Yeah.
We're not going to see who they are, but just guys.
Oh, the old Sony trick. Nice.
Maybe there'll be some guys, as
Yeah.
in like unmasked guys, so actors, but ultimately not really, because again, you have it's just gonna be Iron Man. They'll have an Iron Man flying across or whatever, and they're gonna be like, "Oh, who's that?" And then it'll be like, "Oh, who's gonna be the next Iron Man?"
That's so
and
funny
that'll be
because
this
you
whole
know
bullshit.
in the 2 Avengers movies you're gonna get a bunch of cameos of alternate Iron Mans.
Yeah.
But I just mean it's so funny how
Or may I present, because this is also kind of like really borrowing from the comics, but not really.
Yeah.
Is you have young teen.
whoa, Teen Iron Man.
like
Well, they might
Iron
do that
Man.
as well.
Well, they did. That's Ironheart.
No, like teenage Tony Stark, where they go back in time to be like, hey. So this is what was happening when Iron Man the movie was coming out, just before, where they were like, "Oh no, Tony Stark has gone Kang mode. Let's go back in time and let's grab young Tony Stark, who is maybe 14 or
That's
whatever,
awesome.
and bring him into the future."
I hope they
to
do
fight,
that.
Evil Kang, which is now, I guess, Evil Doom.
Yeah.
There you go. There's
maybe
my
that's-
swing for the fence.
Well, they sort
and
of
this is
touched
how
on-
we get a new guy who is also Tony Stark. We're getting
That's
whoever is the youngest actor.
so funny.
Timothy
And then
Chalamet.
Touch you, why not?
Perfect.
He's a good young Robert Downey Jr. I know we've seen young Robert Downey
Yeah,
Jr. in
but
the
he
Marvel.
actually looks like Timothy
Shut up.
Chalamet
Shut up.
until
Shut
he
your
turned
mouth.
18. Yeah.
We're gonna get an actor. He's gonna be young Tony Stark, and he's gonna be the one who's gonna save it all.
Yeah.
and he's gonna be a young dude like Iron Lad or whatever. He's gonna be in the fucking Iron Man outfit with his helmet, elf, and that's just gonna be a young kid, and that's who you're gonna be. That's gonna be the new guy.
That's so funny if they
it's gonna be the old guy but younger.
Every rotten passing the torch movie that we've got in the last 10 years, but within the MCU.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think Ghostbusters is going to come through a portal.
Yeah.
And they're going to say the Lady Ghostbusters was never canon.
Lady Ghostbusters doesn't count.
No.
Embarrassingly, I do think that I'm pretty curious to see who they have in Secret Wars, and I mean, it won't. I always have these really weirdly mixed feelings about this because in the cinema, if a guy comes out of a hole that I'm not expecting to see, I won't feel joy, but I'll be like, oh.
Yeah, there's
They've got
like a
this guy.
mild surprise that comes with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They got to make it more dynamic than just someone hopping through a hole. And
I mean,
you know they won't.
they
You
won't.
know
No
they
way in
won't.
hell.
Well, okay, we've had, when it comes to people coming in, big cameos, we've got, so Endgame did it, and that's guys coming through a hole.
Yeah, I know.
Spider-Man, guys coming through a
yeah,
hole.
that's
And
a
then
hole.
Deadpool and Wolverine somehow downgraded, and it was 4 people in a row walking into a doorway
That's right. Fuck, that's
in the
so
sort
funny.
of dark.
It really rules. Comic book movies never been better. Film, it's good shit.
It's
I
in a
wouldn't be
good
surprised
state.
if there's a scene in fucking Doomsday where Sam Wilson just calls 10 people in a row on his phone.
Yeah.
Well, we don't even see them.
No.
Whoa,
He-
Captain
he
America from the
FaceTimes.
dimension where all horses.
Yeah,
Cool.
nay, dude.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
We need
just
your help.
FaceTime.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely, dude.
God.
No, it'll be a lot of crowd shots. That's what we're going to get.
Yeah.
A lot of crowd shots.
Well, that's all sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of wonderful things, I just cracked open our email
Whoa.
inbox.
I love that
And you,
place.
Of course, you could always email us in at bsboyspod@gmail.com.
Great place to
I
send
insist
emails.
you
Great
do.
place.
Yeah.
Great place to send some emails. And speaking of Johnny Depp, we have an email
Oh, no.
from Ryan
Johnny
Cole.
From Johnny Depp. Help, I'm in more legal trouble.
I was wondering what your thoughts were on Johnny Depp as an actor. Do you like him or hate him? What is your favorite movie he is in? I now need to put my phone in rice for, alas, I listened to baseless speculation. So my phone inevitably ended up in the
rice.
toilet.
Nice.
Nice. I almost dropped my phone in the toilet the other day.
It's a fear of mine every time I go to the toilet, dude.
Fool.
Every time I stand up, I'm like, what if? What if this is the
What
time?
if? What
I really like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Yeah.
I know that's not cool to say.
Yeah.
But I do like them.
That's
I
fair.
think they're really fun.
I dig it.
I think they have a beautiful sense of adventure and ingenuity that modern movies really are sorely lacking.
Yeah.
I liked him in as a Dead Man. Some of his early work is quite
Yeah.
good. I quite liked him. I think it's unfortunately more recently his
Yeah.
bit of a piece of shit, eh?
Yes.
But I feel most actors will be, falling under that category. But it just sucks that when you go to court to prove that you're not a thing.
Yeah.
Oh, guess
Oh,
what?
no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you fucked it.
I'm going to sue a rag, which is the easiest thing in the world to
Yeah.
do because they're a rag. Oh,
I'm not. I ain't. Well, don't call me a wife beater.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
Here's
going to
proof
sue
you
you.
beat your
Hey,
wife.
You beat your wife. Well, if that's the definition of a wife beater,
On a
I guess.
technicality.
I guess yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What else has he been in?
Well, I'm a really
Fear and
big.
Loathing in Las Vegas.
I'm a
That's pretty
really,
good.
really big latter-day Johnny Depp fan. Love him as Grindelwald.
yeah, of course.
Big fan of him in Mordecai.
Yes. Oh,
Of
we love Mordecai
course,
here. at Mrs.
Mordecai.
Spectacular.
Where he
That
plays
is true.
Charlie Mordecai.
Yeah.
He's truly inspirational as Sherlock Gnomes in Sherlock Gnomes.
You ever seen, is it Secret Window?
Yeah.
Dog shit film.
Yeah.
Terrible movie.
Absolute dog shit of a film.
So-
oh my
Is
god.
Secret Window based on a Stephen King short story? Yeah.
Dude, what's that? It's another one of those like, oh, but what if I had an
Like an
alternate personality who was a killer?
Oh
Okay.
my
Ooh,
goodness.
I'm
I
a
will-
spooky writer man. Oh god.
I will
so
say,
funny.
Johnny Depp has maybe one of the worst runs of an actor I have ever seen, starting from 2013.
Yeah.
Oh no, 2012. Yeah, he falls off real hard. So he's just like stinker after stinker after stinker.
What are you talking about? Let's see, 2012. Actually, no, 2011, dude. Oh, 2011.
No, 2011. Rango's awesome.
No, but Jack and Jill.
Yeah.
Wait, he's in Jack and Jill?
Yeah,
Johnny
apparently.
Depp?
Uncredited is in Jack and Jill.
Oh.
He's in 21 Jump Street.
That's
As
a good
great-
movie.
Great
I
cameo
picked 2012 because you got
there.
Dark Shadows, and
Yeah.
he goes Lone Ranger.
Yep.
Lucky Them,
Don't know what
which
that
is a
is.
cameo anyway.
Yeah.
Oh,
Transcendence and Tusk are two movies that are in my bottom 5 movies of all time.
Oh, yeah.
They're both there, and they came out in the same year. Into the Woods, Jackson loves that movie,
you
but
love
most
that
people
one.
think it
I
sucks
do love
shit.
that movie. It's a guilty pleasure, but I do not like Johnny Depp in it because he, for some reason, is playing like a
Big Bad Wolf.
yeah, but he's doing like a who's it? You know the horny wolf from old cartoons. You know, where he's got his eyes rolling out of his head and
Yeah.
stuff. So Johnny Depp's doing an impression of that, but against a little child, and it's really, really weird.
Yeah, that's
And
yeah,
he decided to do it. Like in the production of it, he's like, I thought this would be cool. I thought this would be cool. Why can't I do an impression of anyone today?
So then Mordecai, Black Mass, which
apparently it's good.
no, it sucks.
I
It's
saw it, but I cannot remember it.
no
It was
Black
boring.
Mass is it came out in the period of time where I was like, oh, this is a good performance by Johnny Depp. He's back, but the movie sucks, and his performance is it's not. He doesn't embarrass himself in the role, but it's not a good movie. It's like it would be kind of like being like fucking. Whatever her name is back because she played the Iron Lady in the Iron Lady, and it's like, yeah, but the movie sucks shit, so who cares?
Okay.
Alice Through the Looking Glass,
We also did Yoga Hoses.
which is I haven't seen, but that's a spin-off of Tusk.
yeah.
He's also done Donald Trump's The Art of the Deal, the movie.
Yeah.
where he
I think
plays
that-
Donald Trump.
I think that would probably be his last good role,
And then Fantastic Beasts.
Yeah.
where he's only in the last scene where it turns out that Colin Farrell was Johnny Depp this whole time.
Yeah.
And of course, you've got Dead Men Tell No Tales.
Sherlock Gnomes, Fantastic Beasts, Crimes of Grindelwald.
He's in Murder on the Orient Express where
That was
everyone
great.
kills him.
That was good.
That was good.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't think Old Mate's a good, what's his name?
Poirot.
Poirot, but
I've only seen the first one. I liked it.
yeah, again, like that one. The subsequent ones, not really.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't think Modi 3 Days on the Wings of Madness was good?
I look, it's hard for me to have thoughts on a movie I've never heard of.
What about Johnny Puff's Secret Mission?
Oh no, that I can back.
Okay.
So yeah, Johnny Depp has wrecked his brain and body with wine.
Yeah.
Even outside of him being a piece of shit, he's never going to be good at acting again because his brain's gone.
Yeah. Wow, man.
which is
Look at
years
Johnny
of-
Puff's Secret Mission.
Wow,
The only credited actor on the poster is Johnny Depp.
that's awesome.
That's a really bad sign.
But early on, like Ed Wood, he's great. Dead Man, he's
Ed
great.
Wood. Good.
Fear and Loathing, he's good.
Sleepy Hollow.
Yeah, Sleepy Hollow. Goddamn.
Blow and From Hell. I mean, those good films, but yeah, even Once Upon a Time in Mexico. where
Yeah.
his eyes taken out.
He gets folded in half in
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah. What about the Imaginarium of Dr. Panassa?
I love thinking about that movie, so I think he rocks in it. Also,
So, yeah.
I mean, he made the awesome choices like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Michael Jackson wanted this role, I got the role, I'm going to play
do
Michael Jackson.
If I was Michael Jackson, I'd be cut.
Yeah. Oh, What's Eating Gilbert Grape? I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
That was good. Yeah, like his early stuff I think is like, really
Yeah,
good.
but if you like Johnny Depp, don't ever be excited for any performance ever. He is not the man that you like.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
He's truly, yeah.
He'll be dead in 10 years.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. He looks diabolically unwell.
He's one of those people that's like famous, so famous he doesn't live a normal life, but not famous enough that people are going to spend millions of dollars keeping him alive.
yeah.
Well, yeah, because people kind of forget that, like, River Phoenix died in, like, outside the club that he owned.
Yeah.
And then he just fucked off to France
Yeah.
for several years, if not over a decade, and just let it all just, whoop,
Yep.
don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, man.
And then came back, and everyone was like, oh, yeah.
Oh, Johnny
Johnny
Depp.
Depp, we liked him. And then, oh, no.
Oh, no. Piece of shit. So, yeah, that's, but those are the movies we like that he's in.
Yeah. Speaking of last week's episode, that's what this is email from Joshua. Hi, boys. Thought I'd write in and tell you your stupid Hancock rap ruined my workout.
What the hell?
Stupid.
This is great.
It's incredible. When JD started, I couldn't stop laughing and lifting weights while laughing is really hard.
yeah.
I had to give up on the podcast for fear of dropping a weight on my head. Thanks for that. Also, lots of less funny words rhyme with Hancock, such as lock, tock, balk, like a
We
chicken.
didn't even think of doing the awk part. It's a hand lock that I'm gonna unlock with my hand cock. There's a movie called The Sandlot. I've never seen it.
Well, I thought I hadn't seen Sandlot either, and then I was watching some of it was on
Yeah.
TV at a restaurant, and I was like, this looks familiar. What movie is this? Turned out to be Sandlot. I think I've seen it. I think in my head I just thought I'd only seen The Rascals.
That's
The Little
crazy.
Rascals.
Little Rascals rocks,
Yeah,
dude.
dude,
Alfalfa?
Sandlot, kids.
Is
Great
Alpha-
times. Oh, my God.
Alfalfa's Little Rascals.
Yeah, but I'm pretty sure Alfalfa the actor's a sack of shit.
Oh, I could believe that.
Yeah, he got the Alfalfa fame went to his head.
Not speaking again about the Hancock rap. The Hancock rap feedback.
Yeah.
Bad. Sincerely yours, David Bourne.
I thought you were gonna say David Bowie. That stressed me out for a second. It's Hancock.
I don't understand why they would say such a
It's
wrong.
fucked up, dude. It's one of the best
thing.
raps we've ever done.
I don't.
Oh,
I don't
fuck,
know.
I've jammed.
My damn cock in the car door.
Yeah.
Another. This is from a nine-fingered man. That's
Mysterious.
I don't know if that's their official name or just a descriptor. of
Sounds
them.
like something out of a detective novel.
So just wanted to ask if you would take donations for your shelf.
yeah.
Of course we would.
Absolutely.
Specifically, a 100% soft dumpster fire. It was made to symbolize how we all felt during COVID. They helped donate to the LA fires. Of course.
Yeah.
Hey, anything
please
anyone
send
wants to
us
send,
presents, dude.
love getting a present.
Yeah.
We got a PO box.
We do have a
Yeah.
PO box.
You can find it on the website, sanspantsradio.com.
Is it in the show notes? Yeah.
Well,
it's
if
in the
it's
show
not, it
notes.
will be next.
Yes, come on,
Have we
bitch.
not been putting the
Who
PO box
knows?
in the
Who
show
can
box?
say,
don't
In the
dude?
show box. Have we not been putting the PO show in the note box?
It's a Hancock. That cost me $100,000 cock.
Yeah.
Didn't do that one last time.
Anyway,
Also,
yeah. Alfalfa, I didn't commit.
Yeah. Libel.
I wasn't libel, wasn't slander.
Isn't he dead?
He's just a sack of shit.
Wow, that's
His
crazy.
name's Bug Hole. I remember what happened now. He went viral because he was calling his daughters dishwashers and saying that his son's his
goddamn.
heir.
Bug. Come on.
But then he was also arrested for inhaling an air duster.
Okay.
Hang on.
No, air duster. That's like it's a fuck.
What? If you inhaled, he was arrested for inhaling an
Yeah,
air
because
duster.
it's like a narcotic. It's like
Okay.
it's a fuck computer dusts.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that? No, that can't be right.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's like a narcotic or a drug of some kind. Yeah.
He also supports the corporal punishment of minors. Hit your kids. He got banned from Twitter.
Fuck, some people be out here with opinions. Hey.
Yeah.
God damn, dude. Oh yeah, we love
yes,
presents. Please
yes,
send us
yes,
gifts.
Yes, and you definitely broke the record for saying Hancock in a podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I reckon, dude.
And lastly, I guess we'll leave this with William. Hi, BS Boys. Is watching 4 movies in one day reserved only for movies you know will be silly? Or do you think there can be a 9 out of 10 movie that will ever get that privilege?
I think that if we watch a movie that's good 4 times in a row, by the end of it, we won't think it's good. We'll be like, it has lost all meaning.
Yeah.
Something I keep thinking
Twice
about.
in one day, wouldn't wreck a movie.
No.
3
times would push it.
4, it's done.
It might come back around on the 4th, though.
Oh, that's true, maybe. Somebody in the Facebook group suggested this. I wish I could remember who. That's a really good idea.
John Facebook
suggested this. Now, obviously, this is a lot of movie, but I think this is funny. So you watch Now You See Me once. You watch Now You See Me 2 twice. And then Now You See Me 3 times.
6 movies.
6
no,
movies.
5 movies. No,
Yeah.
6
6
movies.
Now You See Me once.
Not in okay.
You see me 1 time.
Now you see me twice.
And then Now You See Me thrice.
Okay.
And because you've been watching the first 2, there'd be no pauses, no breaks. Anyway, that's just a really funny idea someone had, and I wanted to give it a shout out.
I liked your idea of watching, because you started watching Morbius during.
Yeah. Oh, double movie. Okay. I wonder if you could set up a sort of like what we might call the baseless speculation goon cave, where you just have screens showing every single Sony-verse movie, and you watch them all at once in a kind of panopticon. I think that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I would come out dead. I would come out dust.
Yeah. I'm trying to just think of any movie you could watch, like a movie that I enjoy that I'm like, oh yeah, I could just keep watching that on repeat kind of stuff. And I'm like, 4 times is pushing it.
4 times is a lot.
Pushing it.
Yeah.
Even for a movie you love, sometimes you just need to step back and,
Well,
Yeah.
we'll find out when we go see Now You See Me 5 times.
yeah.
Why did he add 2? Why did he do
We're no
that?
longer watching Now You See Me
One and
once,
two, yeah.
and Now You See we're just watching Now You See Me 3 5
Why
times.
did he say such horrible thing?
Now you see.
Now You See Me 5.
Yeah, Now You See Me 5.
Yeah.
5 You See Me.
5 You See Me. I can't wait. Can we get out of watching some if we do the 1 and 2? Can we not see it?
No, but you can watch 1 and 2 in the movie while I'm watching 3.
Okay, that might make it palatable.
So you got to bring headphones. You're just sitting there watching Now You
Now
See
You
Me.
See Me 1 while Now
That
You
is
See Me
very
3.
funny. Like an usher comes down to be like, no phones. Don't record the. Are you watching Now You See Me 1 while you're watching Now You See
And I
Me
take
3?
an earbud, I'm like, yeah, bitch, I'm catching up.
Dude. Now I gotta pause this. Now I don't know what's happened in either scene.
It's so funny to watch 1 and 3 and be looking from the 2 of them to try to make it make sense.
Well, maybe if you watch both at the same time, it'll feel like you've watched 2.
That's a good idea, yeah.
2 will make sense to you.
Yeah, that's smart. Well, yeah, those are our plans.
Yeah.
And on that note, I've been Jackson Bailey.
And I've been Joel.
And I've also been Joel.
And this has been another episode of Baseless Speculation. And we've been the BS Boys. And don't you forget about that.
Yes. Yeah. See you at the movies.
See you at the movies 5 times.
Why 5?
5 times.
5 times, now you see me 3. Now you see me 3 5. 35? Yeah, 35.